A unique project brings together local college students and high school students to learn about Baltimore's civil rights history.
And Jessica Albert explains how the project works and has much more on its impact on the students.
Looking through old photos and newspapers.
It's important to learn about history in general.
High schoolers from Baltimore Polytechnic Institute and Johns Hopkins University students gathered at a library on campus to take a look back at what it was like in Baltimore in the 1960s.
This city has an extremely rich history and culture, but rarely actually in academia do we bother to look at what is immediately surrounding us.
This is part of a Hopkins history class led by visiting professor Victoria Harms, who wanted her students to learn more about the important role Baltimore played in the civil rights movement.
This project was actually done in two parts. 2 weeks ago, the students went to the Maryland Center for History and Culture to see a civil rights exhibit.
Everyone obviously should be aware of that, but I think especially Hopkins students that aren't from Baltimore, that don't understand the history, and that don't really have an appreciation for all that Baltimore has done for us as Black Americans and just like the U.S. in general.
Professor Harms also invited a panel of local Baltimoreans to speak to the students. Joyce Dennison told them about being arrested for protesting segregation.
Hopefully, I can motivate them to take an interest in history as a living subject, not just what happens in the past.
And while this project is teaching the students about the city's history, it's also giving them a chance to learn more about one another.
These students who come from different backgrounds, who have very different experiences, they actually have an opportunity to bond, and that's wonderful to witness.
Reporting in Baltimore, Jessica Albert for WJZ.